Okay, so I'm here to read you chapter 3. Now, this may cut off, so if it does, I'm sorry and I will continue later, but here we go. The moment the anthem ends, we are taken into custody. I don't mean we're handcuffed or anything, but a group of peacekeepers marches us through the front door of the Justice Building. Maybe, maybe tributes have tried to escape in the past. I've never seen it happen, though. Once inside, I'm conducted to a room and left alone. It's the richest place I've ever been in, with thick, deep carpets and a velvet couch and chairs. I know velvet because my mother has a dress with the collar made of the stuff. When I sit on the couch, I can't help running my fingers over the fabric repeatedly. It helps to calm me as I try to prepare for the next hour, the time allotted for the tributes to say goodbye to their loved ones. I cannot afford to get upset, to leave this room with puffy eyes and a red nose. Crying is not an option. There will be more cameras at the train station. My sister and my mother come first. I reach out to Prim, and she climbs on my lap, her arms around my neck, head on my shoulders, just like she did when she was a toddler. My mother sits beside me and wraps her arms around us. For a few minutes, we say nothing. Then I start telling them all the things I must remember to do, now that I will not be here to do them for them. Prim is not to take any tesserae. They can get by, if they're careful, on selling Prim's goat milk and cheese. And the small apothecary business my mother now runs for the people in the scene. Gail will get her herbs. She doesn't grow herself. But she must be very careful to describe them because he's not as familiar with them as I am. He'll also bring them game. He and I made a pact about this a year ago or so, and will probably not ask for compensation, but they should thank him with some kind of trade, like milk or medicine. I don't bother suggesting Prim learn to hunt. I tried to teach her a couple of times, and it was disastrous. The woods terrified her, and whenever I shot something, she'd get teary and talk about how we might be able to heal it if we got it home soon enough. But she makes out well with her goat, so I concentrate on that. When I am done with instructions about fuel and trading and staying in school, I turn to my mother, grip her arm hard. Listen to me. Are you listening to me? She nods, alarmed by my intensity. She must know what's coming. You can't leave again, I say. My mother's eyes find the floor. I know, I won't. I couldn't help what, well, you have to help it this time. You can't clock out and leave Prim on her own. There's no me now to keep you both alive. It doesn't matter what happens. Whatever you see on the screen, you have to promise me you'll fight through it. My voice has risen to a shout. In it is all the anger, all the fear I felt at her abandonment. She pulls her arm from my grasp, moved to anger herself. No, I was ill. I could have treated myself if I had the medicine I have now. That part about her being ill might be true. I've seen her bring back people suffering from immobilizing sadness since. Perhaps it is a sickness, but it's one we can't afford. Then take it, and take care of her, I say. I'll be all right, Katniss, says Prim, clasping my face in her hands. But you have to take care, too. You're so fast and brave. Maybe you can win. I can't win. Prim must know that in her heart. But the competition will be far beyond my abilities. Kids from wealthier districts where winning is a huge honor, who've been trained their whole lives for this. Boys who are 2 to 3 times my size. Girls who know 20 different ways to kill you with a knife. Oh, there will be people like me too, people to weed out before the real fun begins. Maybe, I say, because I can hardly tell my mother to carry on if I've already given up myself. Besides, it isn't in my nature to go down without a fight. Even when things seem so insurmountable, I think, then we'd be rich as Hamish. I don't care if we're rich. I just want you to come home. You will try, won't you? Really, really try? Asked Prim. Really, really try, I say. Really, really try, I swear it. I say. And I know because of Prim, I'll have to. And then the peacekeeper is at the door, signaling our time is up, and we're all hugging one another so hard it hurts. And all I'm saying is, I love you both. And they're saying it back, and the peacekeeper orders them out and closes the door. I bury my head in one of the velvet pillows, as if it could block the whole thing out. Someone else enters the room. When I look up, I'm surprised to see it's the baker, Peter Millark's father. This was cut out of the movie, just so y'all know. I can't believe he's come to visit me. After all, I'll be trying to kill his son soon. But we do know each other a bit, and he knows Prim even better. When she sells her goat cheese at the Hob, she puts 2 of them aside for him and he gives her a generous amount of bread in return. We always wait to trade with him, when his witch of a wife isn't around because he's so much nicer. I feel certain he would never have hit his son the way she did over burnt bread. But why has he come to see me? The baker sits awkwardly on the edge of one of the plush chairs. He's a big, broad-shouldered man with burn scars from years at the oven. He must have just said goodbye to his son. He pulls a white paper package from his pocket and holds out to me. I open it to find cookies. These are a luxury we can never afford. That's very sad. Thank you, I say. The baker's not a very talkative man in the best of times, and today he has no words at all. I have had some of your bread this morning. My friend Gail gave you a squirrel for it. He nods as if remembering the squirrel. Not your best trade, I say. He shrugs as if it couldn't possibly matter. Like, honestly, can you imagine living in this world? That would suck. Ugh. Then I can't think of anything else, so we sit in silence until a peacekeeper summons him. He rises and coughs to clear his throat. I'll keep an eye on the little girl, make sure she's eating. I feel some of the pressure in my chest lighten at his words. People deal with me, but they are genuinely fond of Prim. Maybe there will be enough fondness to keep her alive. My next guest is also unexpected. Again, they cut this out of the movie, and this is how she actually got the freaking pin and everything, and just like a whole bunch of connections with people, and I hate that they changed this in the movie, because the movie version, it's so stupid. No, I will continue reading for you guys. Madge walks straight to me. She's not weepy or evasive. Instead, there is an urgency about her tone that surprises me. They let you wear one thing from your district in the arena. One thing to remind you of home. Will you wear this? She holds out a circular pin that was on her dress earlier. I hadn't paid much attention to it before, but now I see it's a small bird in flight. Your pin? I say. Wearing a token from my district is about the last thing on my mind. Here, I'll put it on your dress, all right? Madge doesn't wait for an answer. She just leans in and fixes the bird to my dress. Promise you wear it into the arena, Katniss? She asks. Promise? Yes, I say. Cookies, a pin. I'm getting all kinds of gifts today. Madge gives me one more. A kiss on the cheek. Then she's gone, and I'm left thinking maybe Madge really has been my friend all along. Finally, Gale is here, and maybe there's nothing romantic between us. But he opens his arms, and I don't hesitate to go into them. His body is familiar to me. The way it moves smells of wood and even sounds of his heart beating. I know from quiet moments on a hunt, but this is the first time I really feel it, lean in, hard muscled against my own. Listen, he says, getting a knife should be pretty easy. But you got to get your hands on a bow. That's your best chance. They don't always have bows, I say, thinking of the year where only horrible spiked maces that the tributes had to bludgeon each other to death with. Then make one, says Gale. Even a weak bow is better than no bow at all. I have tried copying my father's bow with poor results. It's not that easy. Even he had to scrap his own work sometimes. I don't even know if there'll be wood, I say. Another year they toss everybody into a landscape of nothing but boulders and sandy, scruffy bushes. I particularly hated that year. Many contestants were bitten by venomous snakes and went insane from thirst. There's almost always some wood, Gale says. Since that year, half of them died of cold. Not much entertainment there. It's true. We spent one Hunger Games watching the players freeze to death at night. You could hardly see them because they were huddled in balls and had no wood or fire or torches or anything. It is considered very anticlimactic in the capital, all those quiet, bloodless deaths. Since then, there usually has been some wood to make fires. Okay, I don't have much time, so I'm going to end it here, and I will continue on chapter 3. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you are enjoying the story, and I will have more stories for you guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.